Hi, everyone. Okay, so tonight I'm going to cover Instagram Stories 101. I did a training already in our private Instagram account. It's under the IGTV tab, all about how to get out of your head and just do the dang stories. So many social sellers are self-sabotaging themselves by saying that they're not ready, they don't know how to talk to anyone. Advice for all of that is going to be covered in that training that is already up. But this is going to be tutorials, understanding how to navigate the Instagram app. I'm going to take off my glasses, understanding how to navigate the Instagram app when making stories. We're going to go over all the ins and outs that you're going to need to understand when it comes to doing snazzy things on your Instagram stories and just little technical questions. So the very first thing I'm going to do is share my screen with you guys. Give me a second as I pull up Instagram. And we're going to go ahead and, I was looking at Instagram Reels. Don't you mind me making my, okay. So we are over here on our, let's pretend that this is your account. Okay. So this is the training right here, that one and that shirt for building up confidence. But right here in the upper right-hand corner, do you see this square with a plus sign in the middle? When it comes to making a story, you're going to tap that and you're going to tap story. And right there, you're going to tap the, one second here. Let me see. Stop sharing and make sure everything went through. Let me see. Okay, yes, we're perfect. Sorry. Go back to sharing. I was making sure everything was correct. Okay, so here we are in your Instagram stories. And you'll notice right here, it says create. It has this little loopy thing. That means a boomerang. This thing right here is like layout. I literally never use that. And then this thing right here with a little arrow, you're gonna want to use that when doing talking stories. So let me show you what we do. So let's say I'm about to do some talking stories about my product or about my morning. I'm going to tap right here and I'm going to click hands free so that I can literally take my hands and I'm going to set this up right here. And if I go down to right there, the start button, it's going to start recording me. And so now I can tell a story with my hands. I can make my morning tea. I can just get talking. And this is going to record for 4 15-second clips. It's going to go around and around, and then it's going to stop. A lot of you guys have questions about that because you're like, how do you keep talking and talking? Because it's only going to let me record up to 4 times. Yep, it's only going to let you record up to 4 times, and then it's going to stop. So I'm actually going to stop it before it gets to 4 times. And you'll notice right down here at the bottom, it houses those little boxes. And I personally would advise, if you're doing a talking story, to just save them to your camera roll. So I'm going to go up here to these little dots and I'm going to click save. I'm going to let that save down to my phone album, and I'm going to worry about them later. Does that make sense? So that is the hands-free option. I'm going to show you guys another place that you can make Instagram stories. If you go to your profile, this main page, you can also find up here with the square with a cross inside of it. You can also click story and it will do the same thing again, where you can go right here to make an Instagram story. One other thing that you can do is notice down here, way down here, there's that little box. You can upload videos that you've recorded before. So you could go right here and bring that in, but like I just made this Instagram reel, I could upload that. Anything that's a video, you can bring in from that little box over there. In the upper left-hand corner where it has that little arrow, that'll take me out of it, but you can go back in and we can film things like that. So one cool thing is you can remove sound. So if you've ever recorded something and your husband said a bad word in the background, or you just did not want people to hear the sound, you can tap this right here and that is going to take out the sound. Couple other things let's go over. The letter A right here is font. And I'm going to tap on that for you guys. And I'm going to show you guys how to do different fonts. So let's just, in my case, I do a lot of makeup content. So I'm going to put, let's get ready together. And let me show you guys a couple cool things about that. So right here on the left-hand side of the screen, do you see this little bubble thing? I can move that up or I can move that down. And then I can even take my two thumbs, I've got them like this, like I'm going to pop a zit and I'm going to pinch them even tighter. I can pinch that even tighter, but I can stretch it across the screen up and big. I can move it all around. If I want to put it in the trash, I can put it in the trash, things like that. So you can move that all around. Another cool thing to note is if you click the letter A, well, I'm just going to keep typing in that same thing. This is going to show you down here at the bottom all the different fonts that you can go through. You can do that one. You can do scrolly rolly font. Let's let you see what that looks like. You can do the type letter one, the big letter one. All of these are different fonts that you can use. And I do suggest like getting comfortable and cozy with a font that you like. This one right here is a really cool one. I like to play around with this one when I'm like putting emphasis on something. So I could put like, let's do, and I would do it like that. Let's do, and then I would write our makeup. If I want to put emphasis on something, and I could put it in a different font. One thing to note up here, if you tap this right here, if I tap that, it's going to take off the shadow, and tap it again, it's going to create a shadow in a different area. So you can have a lot of fun with things like this. I'm going to go even further. So when I tap the letters, notice right up here, I have this color wheel, and I can tap the color wheel and I can choose different colors I want to do. Makes it really fun. But notice right here, there's a dropper. Do you see that dropper? We're going to grab that dropper, and I can hover over actual things in my actual image, my video that match my font. And I can make it look customized, because that right there is a customized font color that you're not going to see in the color wheel. So if we go back, these are the typical ones they're going to show you. But again, if you grab the dropper, it's the dropper right there, and you hover around something on your screen on you, like I could match my beanie if I wanted, it's going to give me a custom color font. So that is our font. The other cool thing you can do is we're going to go over right here. This is going to let you put filters. If you wanted to put a filter on that, it's not necessary, but you can see that as I tap through these, it's going to give me different filter options. Some of them are kind of weird. Like I wouldn't ever do that. I wouldn't ever do that either. But this is actually already has a filter on it because I filmed it in a filter. So those are that. And then another cool thing you can do is you can click the draw button, and I could grab like this orange color, or again, a color in here. And then now I could do like a little swirl in there if I wanted, or whatever. If I want to do like little loop-de-loos, I can do that. Kind of snazzes it up. And then I'm gonna click done. Let me drink some more water. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, but this is actually my most favorite thing right here. I just click on these, and you can snazz up your Instagram stories with some GIFs. You don't want to go too crazy, because like these ones to me like look kind of cheap and like weird and cartoony. But what's really cool for a lot of you guys is your company has made GIFs. So if I search Monat, I am going to get some really cool, cute Monat GIFs to put on my screen. And that's super fun. You can snazz it up with those. But I'm seriously willing to bet almost every company has some cool GIFs made. So I'm going through like Arbonne, you guys even have some, and that's super fun. I know that my company, if I search Saint, I've got cute little GIFs to choose from, right? So that's a fun little thing to take note of. I apologize. Wow, I'm getting like froggy throat over here. So another cool thing I want to show you guys is I go to Pinterest, and in Pinterest is where I learned how to find all the best GIFs. So if I click on this search bar and I search Instagram GIFs, GIF stickers, look what it's going to pull me up. It's going to already tell me all the best ones to search. So kind comments. This one says right here, premipor hearts. I don't know what that means. Whatever. This one says handwritten. Do you guys see where it's saying that? Green dottery right there. What are some other ones? Boho butterfly. it's already telling me some really classy looking ones, a little something. And what I do is I go to the notes in my phone and I save all these so that whenever I want to snazzify my Instagram stories, I know to write them out. So let's go type in happy y'all. So let's type in that one because it just told us if we search that one, happy y'all. Oh, they clearly cleaned house. So let's try this one, handwritten. This one will come up with cute little things. So I could be like Monday, Monday, let's do a makeup, get ready with me or whatever. Or I could search, I love searching boho. That's a good one. You can get some cute little things to put up and kind of decorate on your Instagram story like that. Okay. So let me make sure that I'm all on par for the course. So I've showed you guys all those features. Now, another cool thing is let's click that thing again. So you guys can do your Instagram location. For safety reasons, I don't ever do my location when I'm actually at my location. You just never know what weirdos are there. But like the other day, I was in Whitefish, Montana, and I just tag it after I've left said location. Okay. I can also, a cool thing you can do is if I was talking in this Instagram story, if I was saying something, I can click captions and it's going to caption for me. I'll show you guys on a different story where I'm actually talking what to do with that. Another cool thing you can do is with your link, you could type in, I know my makeup, my company product is jaxmakeup.com. So I could put like, get your makeup here. If I do that right there, and then I can tap this screen. So I'm taking my thumb and I'm tapping it. I can tap it again and I can pinch it down like I'm popping a zit, remember, and move that around. And I can link that on my Instagram stories. You do want to be careful, you guys, with your Instagram stories, not to put a link in every Instagram story because Instagram, they want to keep you on the app. And every time you link something, you're taking people off the app. So be careful how often you're linking things. Okay. So there's the link. We'll go over a couple of other fun things to do with the engagement options. So give me a second here. I'm trying to think what all I want to show you guys captions. So let me show you guys captions. So remember I was talking in this one. I'm going to grab the smiley face guy because that's where all the cool stuff lives. And I'm going to do captions and it's going to listen to what I'm saying and it's going to transcribe that. I can actually go in and edit that too. So if I want to tap this word going and put, I was trying to say doing, I could edit that and click done. And then right here, remember, use your fingers to pop a zit. I'm pinching that down and moving that over. So that is transcribing what I'm saying. So whenever you guys have done talking stories, you want to make sure that you are either captioning like this or writing out what you said right here. So, here is how you do Instagram 101. And you can either type that out. It's really important that you type that out or that you use the captions things. I'm telling you right now, 80% of your followers watch you on silent. So if you're not transcribing, what are they going to do? Skip right over whatever you're saying. Okay, let's see what other things are in here. So another cool thing you can do is find music. Sometimes if I'm doing like an Instagram story where I'm making my morning drink or I'm working out, I can just put a song behind it. And I don't really want the music there, but you can put a song behind it like that. That's super fun to do to snazz up an Instagram story. So let me see here what other things I have written down. The features, let's do story. Let's do using let me go talk to you for a second. So polls, questions, things like that, where using the slider bar, I'm going to show you guys what I mean. You want to be using those because the more that people use those, let me show you again. We're going to pull up in my screen for you. The more that you use those, here's what happens. I'm going to go to right here. So right here, these stories that pop up for me, the reason they pop up is because I engage on their story polls, their questions, their slider bars. So it's like a point system. You're going to get moved to the front if you get more people interacting with you. Okay. So let me go over here and show you guys another story. Let's do this one right here. Let's say I'm talking away. I'm going to go to this tab right here and I'm going to say, I'm going to do a poll. I'm going to say, I love orange. Do you love it too? Whatever. But the key here with your guys is when you use a story poll like this is always turn it around back on people. Don't like say, like you want to be able to ask them like, what would you do? What do you think of the color orange? Or do you slice your pizza like this? Do you also do this? Like you're going to want to ask them something that they would do instead of being like, what do you guys think? Do you like my outfit? I mean, try and turn around and be like, would you wear this color? So that way you can ensure a little bit better engagement. Okay. So that's using the poll feature. Let's go over other ways. So one thing that I know a lot of social sellers do, and I find this very helpful, is I like to use this slider bar, and I don't ask a question. I just put it right there, and I'm going to phrase my question however I want. So I'm going to say, if you would like more info on what I do on social media, slide this bar. Okay. So I'm going to say slide this bar. And I'm going to move it right here. And so what happens here is you can use this as something to gauge interaction, to see like, oh, like, are they interested in that? Oh my gosh, these people slid the bar. I'm going to send them my company's PDF, or I'm going to send them more information on how they can get, find out what products are best for them at Octavia or at Plexus or whatever. So that is very, very helpful, is using the slider bar. Another thing you could do is the questions box. And I do love this one for ask me anything about my life. And I really do like to say ask away. And you guys will notice I do this a lot on my Instagram account. I tell them what things I want to talk about. I'll say Instagram 101. Like I'll be like, I'll talk all things Instagram 101. I'll put a period between it. I'll talk, if you guys want to talk miscarriage, like guide people towards what things make you interesting. So miscarriage, gastric sleeve, like if you guys got the gastric sleeve, weight loss, if you want to talk weight loss, acne tips, like tell people along the realms of what things you want them to ask, like divorce, if you guys want to talk your divorce. But this is like really helpful. So I then move that down to the bottom and I'm like, hey, these are some solid topics that you guys have free reign to ask me anything on. And then you can go and answer those. So let's talk about how you answer Instagram stories for people. So I asked you guys right here on our Instagram stories, if you guys needed some help, and I'm going to go through and answer these for you. But right here, what other profile setup Instagram questions do you have? So how you answer them is in this bottom left-hand corner where you see those three things. It's going to tell you what people have said. So you can click see all. And we've got Tori Burke. Tori says, I'm trying to archive a boomerang video. That's embarrassing. And I want gone. I tried to delete it, but it's not, she's having issues. So then I'm going to click share response, and it's going to bring me here. And I'm going to be able to answer someone's question. I can answer it by talking, but mind you, you don't want to get too long-winded on Instagram stories. So one thing I like to do is I've made an album on my phone of like all my best pictures, like all the stuff where I'm like, Jackie is going to be cute. So it's called, for me, it's my artist story slides. And I could just grab something like this, grab a picture, and I could then go in and answer someone's question. So let me show you that one more time. So if you were to go to answer this person's question, what you're going to do is, shoot, where did it go? I lost it. So you're going to go share response. It's in the bottom left-hand corner, right down there in that little box. This is your camera roll, and you can go to anything on your camera roll and answer someone's question. So I could scroll through here, find a cute picture of myself, and I could then turn that down. I could squeeze that down and answer their said question. I love doing this with company graphics that solve an issue. So for me, if someone asks me about my makeup and they're like, Jackie, like, how much is your makeup? I have cute graphics like this where I'm like, oh, this is what it is. Or I go through and like, I'll be like, where is it? Like, you know, here's where you place your contour. You could do the same thing with whatever product you're offering and use that to solve a problem in there when answering people's questions. Okay. So let me get out of here. Let me make sure that I'm on par for the course. 1 second here. Just give me a second to get my gears. The story. Okay, let's go over filters. So let's go back to right here. So if I was watching, like, let's say I'm watching Jessica Perez's Instagram stories. She doesn't have any, she's not using a filter today. Let's go see. I bet she will later on. 1 second here. She did not want to use a filter all day. Okay, but Jackie does. Jackie loves filters like this. Okay, so if you've ever watched my Instagram stories and you're like, how the hell does she get those cute little rainbow things on there? You can go to the upper right-hand corner and see where it says flowers and frames right there. I'm gonna wait for it to show up again. It's gonna show up right there, flowers and frames. You're going to take your thumb and tap on it. Just tap it lightly. And it's going to tell you, hey, there's flowers and frames for you. Do you want to try it? Well, yeah, I do. So you're going to try it and we're in business. You now have flowers and frames. And you can also take your thumb, tap the screen again. Ooh, there's the cool little things. And there's some other cute little flowers. Oh, and there's the little box. So sometimes filters have little surprises in them. And this was a surprise filter. It had a lot of cool things to use. So if you know, you're like, oh, I love this filter. See down there at the bottom, it says flowers and frames, and then it has that little tag ear, that little dog ear. If you tap that, tap it to where it's filled in, you have now saved this filter. So see how it says saved effect? I can unsave it, but save the effect. So now you know you have access to that filter all the time. So you can do that for any filter that you envy. Like, let's see if Shalene, I don't think Shalene uses filters. I really don't think she uses filters. But if there is anyone that you followed and you wanted to use, you could do that. So now when we click the plus sign and we go to make a story, we have all of these on the left-hand side are my saved preferred filters. So I've loved my flowers and frames, got my 1987 one. I love this one. Summer Fridays, I use this one a lot. And then this one I use as well. These are my saved effects. Did you know though, that you can actually go and we're gonna take my finger and we're gonna spin it. We're gonna spin it all the way to the right. And I can search the effect gallery. So I can kind of go through here and be like, what other ones do I like? Oh, let's be pillow face guy. Let's try it. Let's see what Jackie looks like with a pillow face. Oh my gosh. Like, I need some more Botox. Like, you can totally do this with, and this is a fun thing for Instagram reels. Like, if you want to do a reel where you're like making fun of Botox, you can totally do that. So anyways, going up here to the top, you can search for certain topics. So sometimes I'll search in the word boho because I love boho filters. And I have a ton of boho filters in here that, you know, you can try out and use. They're awesome. Instagram has also categorized them, which is really nice for you. So for selfies, they've got all of these like little fun ones like, oh, you want to do like little cute butterflies that look like Dalmatians? There you go. You have this one. And you can, again, go to the bottom and save that effect if you loved it that much. Okay. So that is story filters and searching for them and how to use them when you see one that you like on someone that you envy. Okay. Let me see where we're at now. I'm going to keep going back to my notes. Okay. Font. Okay. Let's go over this. This is a fun one. It's not life or death. I can't promise you that you're going to get sales with this one, but I can tell you that, this is just a fun thing to note. So we're going to do this nice and slow. We're going to type something out. I'm going to type out rainbow. Okay. Because we're going to learn how to do a rainbow. So now that we have typed out rainbow, we're going to move it to the bottom of your screen. And I want you to highlight this. So how you highlight this, you're going to take your thumb, double click in the white box. You're just going to go tap, tap. Okay. Tap, tap. Okay. We did that. Good job. You got that far? Be careful now. You're going to tap the color wheel up above. And now you're going to take your thumb down to where the purple is, and you're going to just hold it down. You're going to press it like you just got a cockroach underneath your thumb. Press it hard. Then you're going to take your other thumb. I hope you guys are seeing me over here in the Zoom room. Your other thumb, and we're going to drag it this way. This thumb's going this way. And this thumb is my other thumb that's smashing the cockroach is also going to go that way. So I'm now going to drag that across. And now you have made rainbow font. Again, I don't know if this is going to sell more Plexus or Plunder jewelry for you, but it does make for some more fun Instagram stories, right? So there is that. Let's keep going. Questions, polls. Let's go over this. I think this is helpful. So when you go to make an Instagram story, you guys aren't shared. Hold on. So when we are going to make an Instagram story, there is this button here. It's called the create button. Where did it go? Right up here at the top. See how it says create? You're going to tap on that. And in here are some cool features. It's just going to take a minute for it to adjust. You know what? I think I actually have to get to my other account for you guys to see that one. Let's go to Jackie's story. And we're going to do it here. So we're going to click create. And some cool features pop up. I don't know why it's not popping up. It's kind of weird. Well, let's see what this does. Okay, so this is fun. So the other day, like if you are ever saying like, oh, last chance before we sell out of the summer deal, the 4th of July deal, you can type in the word last chance. And let's see what comes up. We've got some fun gifts. Okay, here we go. So this might be funny if you guys are like, hey, I'm doing color matches for the night and then I'm going to bed. So you could say something like one more chance to submit, your color match or whatever you want to say. Oh, sorry. That's my auto correct. When I type in the word match, it types in a whole thing. It's an iPhone trick. So you could say that, you could say like, whatever, one thing, and like, that's just a fun thing to do. So whatever, not life or death, but it's just a fun way to mix up your stuff. The other thing that I like to do is there's these cool things right here that if you're like, I don't know what the hell to talk about today, you could do things like this. What am I watching? Put the show that you're watching. So some of y'all are like beginner phases. Utilize these things. So do you have a quote of the day? Did you read a quote today from the Bible? Put it in there. Things like that. What am I listening to? So like, what were you listening to today? Add that in. This @ sign right next to it, right here. I'm going to tap on that. This shows me everything that I was mentioned in that day. So if I tap the screen, I'm going to see all of the things that people talked about me in. And it's awesome because then I can go and thank Shelby and be like, Shelby, thank you. And I can engage with her. I can see all the things that people talked to me about on my Instagram stories that day. And I can share them to my stories or not, but it's just a nice way to know, like, if you're being mentioned. Then there's this one that shows you memories. So if you want to know what you were doing, I was resharing this picture 1 year ago, 2 years ago, I was doing funky eyeshadow. Here's some stuff that I did 2 years ago, just fun stuff. This one is fun right here. They ask me a question. I want to show you guys a cool little trick with this one. So when you click ask me a question, let's go. Remember that little cute box I told you guys to have of all your snazzy pictures? Let me go find one of me. Okay, so we've got this one where I'm looking cute or whatever. I'm going to pinch this down. Oh, shoot, it's not going to. Okay, right here, I'm going to go to this. Oh, nope. Dang it. It's not going to let me do it. Hold on. Give me a second, you guys, while I figure this out. Oh, dang it. How did I do that last time? Oh, just ignore me, but whatever. You guys can use that for ask a question. This is going to tell me all the answers that people gave me in my last quiz that I did. Like when I'm like, hey, what do you guys drink at Sonic? It's going to tell me everything that people said. This right here is if you do a countdown, and then this is just like only one of these is true. And you can just keep scrolling through these. Like, do you see the dice up at the top? If I tap the dice, it's going to keep giving me ways to engage with my audience. Y'all, they made this for the creator account because they know your brain be dumb sometimes. So if you're having a day, go and answer some of these underneath the create tab. Okay. So the last thing, 2 more things I'm going to show you guys is the copy and paste feature. And I love this one. So let's go do it. So for me, I do a lot of demonstrations for my company product. So I'm going to go to the plus sign. We're going to make a story. I'm going to go to my, let's say I did like a hyperlapse. So this right here. So this is an older piece of content and it was me making a reel, but I'm just going to delete these boxes down below. So if you hover over those boxes, I can actually delete them because I don't need them. I don't need those pieces of content. But right here, I can copy and paste a picture from my camera roll to this Instagram story. Let me show you exactly what I mean. I'm going to go to let me see here. So I'm going to go to like my camera roll where I house all my company products. So I'm going to grab a graphic that just works for me, that explains like what your product does. So right here, let's go. So I went to my photo album and I have this. And so you likely have something too that explains how your product solves a problem. So these kinds of graphics are really smart to, one, ask your upline if they have them, or two, make them yourself. And you can make them in Canva. So right here on the Apple camera roll, again, I don't know how to do this for Android. I'm going to go to this box in the bottom left-hand corner and I'm going to click copy photo. And then I'm going to go back to my Instagram story and watch what happens. See how it just popped up for me? I can bring that in and I can pinch it like a zit, move it around the screen, but it's an awfully good visual reminder for, oh, this is what the product does. So you can do it that way. Or if you go back to smiley face weirdo guy, you can tap on him. And if we scroll down right here, in that box, it's going to bring up your camera roll and you can go through and find anything that you want to put on there. So if I wanted to be like, oh, for me, again, I apologize for this being so saint related, but I can put like something in there for like, oh, this is what a full face is. So if you're trying on Zaya leggings, you can be like, oh, this is how they compare to Lululemon, or this is the price of them. And you can copy and paste a picture in there from that. The last thing I wanted to show you guys is I do a lot of hyperlapse content. So let's go back to what I did today. So today I almost do this every single morning. One, like this, see how I'm just working out? I mean, this takes me less than 20 seconds to do. And all I do, you guys, is I go to the plus sign, and we're going to learn more about Reels, so don't worry about it. I click Reel. And when I'm in Reels, I go to the 1X button and I go that and I put that on 4. And what do we do? I'm going to literally, and then after I do that, oh, sorry, this is going to tip over. I'm going to click the start button. And like, I'm going to either make my morning coffee and I'm going to put some Alanis Morissette to the back of it, or I'm going to put my favorite song that has me in a good mood. I'm going to be doing something, cleaning up my kitchen, whatever you're going to do to make it an interesting thing for people to engage with. The other day I did it with cleaning my kitchen. You could do it with working out. You could do it with picking up the playroom. You could do it with making an omelet. There's so many things that could be entertaining to show people what you're doing that day. So once you've done that, it's recording on 4X speed. We're going to go down here and stop it. Then you're going to click next and it's speeding it all up. The cool thing is up here in the upper almost left-hand corner where it has an arrow and the line beneath it, you're going to click save and it's saving that to your camera roll. So you just got a piece of content. We're just going to get rid of it because it just saved it to our camera roll. So now you can go to your Instagram story. And there it is. It's going to be saved down in there. Oh, where is it? It should have been down there. It should have saved down there. I'm not sure why it didn't. Let me go back to the Jax. Did it not save it? It should have. Oh yeah, it did. So sorry guys, I'm being so silly. So if you go and you make an Instagram story, it's going to be right there, that sped up thing. So then you can grab a cute song, grab the Beach Boys, whatever you want to do, type in the Beach Boys, Beach Boys, whatever. I get around, Surfing USA. And that's going to be playing in the background. And you're going to be like making my favorite omelet this morning. What, do you like omelets? Then you would turn around and be like, do you like eggs? And then you could put, again, go to the smiley guy and put poll, and then just click done and people can vote. And there you go. You've got yourself a sped up hyperlapse piece of content for Instagram stories. So that is all the tutorials I have for you guys on nifty tips and tricks for Instagram stories. I will open up the floor at the bottom of this video or on the account for you to ask me more questions about Instagram stories, but that is some basic 101 tips and tricks and tutorials for you. See you guys later.